guys, Diamond Ice here coming at you with another video, and I'm finally making a commentary. Finally found some time to take away from school for a little bit. Now this video is all going to be talking about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and also the COD4 Remastered. So if you haven't noticed from the trailer, or you see the Infinite Warfare trailer right now, it's going about 1.25 million dislikes right now. It's kind of ridiculous how far it's getting, and I can see why people are upset with the game and other things like that. And here's just some of my thoughts about the game itself, especially to the point where, well, let's put it this way, it's another futuristic COD. We've been having these kinds of games for the past, I guess, 5 iterations of Call of Duty right now. Ever since the beginning of Black Ops 2, we basically been having a futuristic setting each time. So Black Ops 2 was in the future, Ghost was in the future, even though it was a really bad game. Advanced Warfare, we also had, obviously right now we have Infinite Warfare and also Black Ops 3, which has all been in the future right now. I think people are just really tired of the actual setting. It's getting to the point where annual releases of this game have basically burned out people of the same exact setting. I mean, every one of them takes place in the future. Obviously, they're all in different timelines, but you can see the difference of having all this futuristic movement, using all this jetpacks, sliding techniques, dodge running, wall running, whatever you like to call it. Basically, it's turning into another game at this point. It's basically combining elements of other games together to the point where, oh hey, here, why don't we combine something from Titanfall, which is from the original developers of COD4 per se, if you remember that, and then also add in like Halo's jump pack thruster jumping kind of thing that they have, and that's also another futuristic game itself. And that's what I'm wondering, because COD's going into the future, Call of Duty's going into this futuristic warfare type kind of thing, but the main reason I have with it is that there's a lot of other games that are similar to it. I mean, obviously I said Halo before, and that's one thing I kind of wanted the COD to deviate from again, is because if I want to play, let's say, a space shooter or something, I play Halo. There's a franchise for that particular game already. Why do I want to play, let's say, for example, Call of Duty to do the same exact thing as Halo's doing? I can see why people would want to do that, but in my head, I can't see myself playing the same game over and over again most of the time. And I think that's what people are kind of seeing, the similarities between, let's say, COD, Halo, probably even Battlefield, at least the future versions of these, and just many other shooters. I mean, people shoot, the shooter games are all the same in general. They always have some sort of weapons, they have some sort of ammo, they have some sort of thing, they have some sort of game mechanics that everyone follows and such. But the problem is that everyone is getting tired of, like, let's say, people get tired of settings, people get tired of saying space, basically kind of like spaceship battles. Like, here's an example, like COD Infinite Warfare has spaceship battles, but EA's Battlefront, the one that they released last year, doesn't have it right now. It's kind of missing from this thing. You see what I mean? That particular era right there is just like, why does Call of Duty have that particular spaceships or spaceship battles, or basically, or compared to Battlefront, which in a sense their actual timeline should have space battles? Like, it's kind of ridiculous how companies like our AAA companies are looking, and publishers are looking at this, and it's like, wait a minute, why does a game that says Star Wars, like actual Star Wars, has their version shouldn't have any like space battles? They should have a space battle in their thing. I'm surprised that the game didn't. That's probably the main reason why I didn't like the game Battlefront in the first place, to be honest. I mean, I played the beta to it, but it just didn't appeal to me, because it just didn't have, it basically felt like Battlefield. That's my main problem with the game, is that it felt so much like Battlefield, that to the point where where's the charm of Star Wars in the game anymore? I mean, the charm is there, but it just feels like a generic shooter to me, myself, in a sense. Obviously COD's doing the same thing as well, with not changing basically anything inside their game. Like, basically it's, oh, here's some weapons, here's some perks, pick whatever you want, get some kill streaks, and there you go, that's it. The formula hasn't changed since basically COD 4, when they originally started all these kinds of perk systems and such. I feel like it needs a change, and it needs a different, well, I wouldn't say a different identity. Look what's happening to the new Doom right now. That's basically having an identity crisis, where it's basically having COD, Halo, Titanfall, and all the other shooters all together and everything. That game itself is really having a problem right now, indicating which one per se is your favorite or genre of game and such. Then again, I found out that the multiplayer of Doom has actually been outsourced to the third parties, with basically our developers who made game modes inside of Halo and Call of Duty. So I'm kind of surprised how that actually happened for Doom multiplayer. At least the single player is still made by id Software, so maybe I'll look at that as well. But I digress about this little time screen thing. But as you notice, the gameplay you're seeing right now is actually COD 4, but with a twist. So what you're seeing here is actually COD4, but it's the Pro mod. They call it the Pro mod back on the PC days, because on the PC the mods were, and one of this is called the Pro mod, which basically inputs a lot of the gameplay, like obviously from COD4, but it also puts in a lot of elements to where everyone actually liked the game. Most of it is just kind of fast-paced shooting, basically created by I guess loadouts in a sense. You can create any loadout you want depending on which one the server is actually allowing you to, and then you play on these other maps and basically play search and destroy. You basically play search and destroy Counter-Strike type kind of style gameplay, which was originated from Counter-Strike as an example. Basically, COD's just basically ripping off every other company. I mean, who doesn't rip off from any other company right now nowadays, especially in 2016 and these days. And for me, at least for Infinite Warfare's sake, it looks like an indirect sequel to Advanced Warfare. It really does. In my opinion, it looks like an indirect sequel, and I really don't like looking at it that way. The I guess you consider the Advanced Warfare exosuits looks exactly like the same thing we see in the trailer, but obviously we can't see anything yet because there's no gameplay trailer yet. So hopefully by E3 we will see something about it. Hopefully it will be actually enjoyable to watch and play. But that's just basically the cycle of COD. I mean, we already know what's gonna happen to the COD. We already know it's probably gonna sell out. Obviously Battlefield 1's coming out soon as well. Hopefully that one will actually do well and actually kill off some of the sales of COD, but it probably won't. It's just people want different games. People want to play different games, but they also want to play something else. So it's not for everyone. COD's not for everyone. Battlefield's not for everyone. Counter-Strike, for example, is definitely not for a lot of other people as well. I mean, not a lot of people still figure out why it's like Counter-Strike still better than let's say for example esports wise to let's say Call of Duty as an example. But I don't know. What about that also, I think that one thing that I do want Infinite Warfare to do change is the way that they do their supply drops. One of the things I really did not like about basically from Advanced Warfare on, especially since Black Ops 3 has it too, is these additions to the supply drops where you basically buy these like keys and then unlock these crates that have basically cosmetic skins, which I thought were cosmetic skins in the first place, but in Advanced Warfare there was actually different tiers of a certain amount of gun, which made it actually overpowering to some guns. Like I think there was something called the Bal 27, I think it was called Bal 27 AR, but then it had a variant that's called the Obsidian Steed or something like that, and that one was basically the overpowered assault rifle for the game and such, and it kind of made games kind of unbalanced in a sense. Like it made it too unbalanced in my opinion. And then in Black Ops 3 they brought back the supply drops, but the main problem I have with it is the gun, basically all the new guns that I would assume would have been for like what people would like, let's say the DLC, like you know how Black Ops 2 had the Peacekeeper SMG from one of the DLCs. I thought they were going to do it that way, but the problem I have with it now is all the new guns, like I guess the FAMAS is an example, apparently came back to Black Ops 3, but it's locked out. You have to actually pay money to unlock these cases to even get the gun in the first place, and that's just random RNG going to help you out there right now, honestly, just to even get said gun or any of the other newer guns. You cannot unlock them anyway. You have no option to. And that's what I feel like the COD's having a problem right now is because of that. And I'm not sure how they're going to end up doing, like how they're going to end up changing it or whatnot, but just wish that it would come back to cosmetic skins. Like literally, so supply drops should be cosmetic skins, similar to what CSGO is doing it, or yeah, Counter-Strike Global Offensive is doing it right now. But I just hope for sure that they actually do it justice and put it all cosmetic skins, and then put the, let's say, the weapons back into the DLC, or have some work into the season pass nowadays, because it seems like other than the new maps and DLC packages, there's nothing else. There's legitimately nothing else to grab out of the game, or there's nothing else to grab outside the season pass. Like I mean, why would you pay $60 just for for 4 sets of new maps basically? So you have maybe titled 16 maps in total the span of the Call of Duty as an example. There's like basically nothing else left. So I really do hope that game Infinite Warfare does do well, but I think everyone else, I mean, most people, especially with the trailer, was that little segment from COD4. Because if you haven't noticed, though, they are remastering COD4. They want to do COD4 as a remaster, and I'm actually enjoying this. I'm actually enjoying it to see that it is coming into a newer light. It's coming to the newer consoles and hopefully PC. Because I did see the PC, but for some reason I did not see the options to say, oh, let's say what they're gonna have for PC. What they're gonna have. Hopefully dedicated servers, do some other things, such like that. But the main problem with that I have was COD4 is still alive on PC, and there's a lot of that's the last game that actually in COD series that actually had a server browser. So there actually is about maybe 1,500 people are still playing right now, and hell, I'm playing. This is right now what you're seeing is basically on PC right now. So I don't know. I got to see what happens with the game. I want to see what thoroughly enjoys the game. The COD4 Remastered is definitely something really people really want. Obviously, there's only 10 maps only available at the beginning of the game, or at least I guess the release of the downloadable content. But and then here's my problem with that. It's not so COD4 Remaster is not available as a separate download currently as of right now. This making of this video. So right now the only way to get it is to buy. Basically, you have to buy another edition of Infinite Warfare. Yeah, basically Infinite Warfare, and the only way to do that per se is to buy the game. So yeah, so basically Activision is basically wanting you, oh hey, buy the game, and here's another game for a separate download and such. So here you go. I just don't like it. I don't like it when publishers and Activision, basically just Activision right now, just like, oh hey, you need to buy your new game just to buy this old game that's been remastered, has new graphics, has dedicated servers, but kept the gameplay all the same and such. It needs to be a separate download, and I really do hope it does become a separate download down the line at least. I just hope though that even if it does become a separate download, it doesn't, you have to wait that long to actually play said game. Because the way that I feel like it right now, if COD4 was like released like earlier than Infinite Warfare, let's say maybe 1 or 2 months beforehand as a separate download, that would have been a much better way to do sales instead of buying Infinite Warfare as an example. But I guess Activision saying, oh hey, pay for our money, or basically the consumers are going to buy our game right now just for that, and then get the sales up, get all the sales up for Infinite Warfare, and then, you know, once the sales start dying down, oh hey, look, we'll play COD4 as our separate download, here you go. I hope it does well. I really hope Infinite Warfare does do well, but I think it's time for another game to come and take its throne from the, I guess you can say, from the top selling games at least. I hope Battlefield 1 does it, but I really don't think it will. I honestly think though that many people will play different games per se. Each one has their own options. Each one has their way of playing. So I hope you enjoyed this little video of mine, or little video. It's like freaking like almost a long commentary of mine. I haven't done it in a while. Obviously, I have some other updates to do too as well. I've been busy, obviously with college and stuff. I will be done basically for at least for this semester in about a couple weeks or so. So I may not have other videos up, or maybe I'll just start doing them now, or when I actually have free time before the start of finals, before the start of studying, all the things, and all those kinds of stuff. So to just give you an update of what I'm going to be doing commentary wise, I might be doing a little sit on Battlefield 1, looking to see what exactly Battlefield is doing, because I want to see, because I watched the Battlefield 1 trailer, and it is actually enjoyable to see what they're doing with per said game. Let's see, put it this way, I have that coming out. I have Forza 6, gonna have a little thing there thanks to the Forza 6 beta that came out on Windows 10, so I'm gonna look at that, and I'm gonna look at a couple videos at Overwatch too, but I'm gonna see that they're gonna do that later. So I'm gonna see you guys later. Goodbye.